phases of this enterprise zone application. And one of the things that I'm going around getting signed right now are the resolutions from all of the taxing bodies. If they are a part of the Village of Joppa, Brookport, Massac County, or Metropolis, this is one of the local incentives that these resolutions give the county clerk the authority to abate the taxes for a project. It's the improvements made, on the property. The property tax itself on the land stays, but it's the improvements made to the land, the structure usually, that gets abated. So if a house gets tore down and a new building goes up, typically it's we take off the building value and we abate the full value of what goes back on. If they enlarge the existing structure or do something to it that increases the value of it, then the tax bill is still the value of the land, the value of what was there before the project of the structure, and what's abated is the improvement made to the structure. So it is 100% abatement on the improvements. It's not 100% abatement on everything. Right. And it only applies to projects within the enterprise zone. So it's not a countywide thing, and it is only commercial or industrial projects. So the incentive here is to get a new business either rehabilitating itself or new business establishing itself. And if you have choices of sites, one with an incentive or one without, we'd like to think that you would choose the one with an incentive. The other thing that's critical about this is that a lot of the projects I've dealt with since I've been involved with this has been within the city limits. So I see a lot of the city taxes, school taxes in the city limits being abated. Where I'm here today for districts, for like the Massac County Highway District out there, I haven't seen a lot of projects involving the abatement request outside the city. With that being said, we do receive points and credits for offering incentives zone-wide when we submit our application. So it is, even though this may not ever get used, we hope it does, but it's still good to have in there. We want to make sure that we've got an enterprise zone from one end to the other that offers incentives no matter where you build. Because I know that I went up to the enterprise zone conference about a week or so ago, and they're wanting to actually give points for more incentives. If a community offers greater dollar amounts or greater incentives or longer terms, they're wanting to say, score us more points. So it's appreciated whether it's used or not used, if it's in the application itself or it's attached to it. And since you guys are the governing board for the highway district, we want to make sure that all of the taxing bodies that show up on our tax rolls, our tax bills, have something in place that grants one the ability to abate those taxes. So I dropped this off last week. It's a resolution authorizing participation. I think you guys had a copy of it. Jason had wanted Patrick to look it over. He called me yesterday, said he wasn't going to be able to make it, but they supported it and thought that everything looked fine.
I looked it over. I think it looks all right.
Yeah, I'm for it.
Okay.
Is that a motion, sir?
Yes, sir. We'll make
I'll
that
second
motion.
it. I think we'll vote. Everybody agrees we're on board.
Yeah.
And then what I'll drop off today, and you have an exact copy of this, I'm looking to receive eventually a signed original.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are 2 certificates at the end that Juanita can execute, that I'll make copies of the original, and these all go into our application. There'll be a digital version uploaded, and then there'll be, I'll actually take the originals up there.
I'll get it to you.
There you go. Yep. So we'll go, today is the 18th, is that right? So
Yeah.
18 October. And then sign, print, and your title. You're the chair. Are you the chair?
Yep.
Okay. So signature on the one. And if you would print your name. And this one, I think that's the sealing test right there. And then the last 2 pages are the certificates. Let's see. So your name, chairman, that you are hereby certifying that you are the chairman for the county board or the county unit road district.
See, I need to print that correct up there.
You can print that up there at the top. That, Juanita will do that down at the bottom. She'll attest everything at the bottom. And then everything else she can fill out, there'll be dates, testimony on this date, and then she'll sign that, there'll be one more. Name and title. Then I can leave them with you, and I can pick them up later today or tomorrow, that'd be fine.
Okay.
So just leave them with her, I'll go by her office later today and pick them up. I'm gonna go ahead and drop this off today, it's not on the agenda. This is the final ordinance and intergovernmental agreement that all of the applicants will wanna look at and sign. It contains the map, it contains the parcels for the boundary of, what's in the map or within the zone. It defines how the zone's gonna operate, it discusses who will administer the zone, the designating zone, organization, that will be a committee or a group, that will be someone that you represent. I think each of the applicants will pick one person, and then there will be another person selected from that group that resides within the zone. And we'll meet quarterly, and it's kind of like my way to check with them and see if there's any changes that need to be made, anybody's got an opinion, kind of a governing board of the zone. And as far as I know, you could read this over, you could point one yourselves if you want, but typically I'll leave this today, and then I'll ask to have this put on the agenda next week, and we'll go from there. If you got questions, we'll take a look at it, but I'll be dropping these off with, all the other applications, Brookport, Joplin, Metropolis. There is a public hearing that we called, it's a part of the application process, it's 4:30 this Thursday at the community center. There's a boardroom there in the middle, and it's a requirement, we have to submit an actual transcript from the public hearings as part of our application. Last time we held one, no one showed up, we were there about 20 minutes, and we don't know what to expect this time, but we have to do it, it's part of the process. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave this, if you guys wanna come out Thursday night, that'd be great. If not, I will definitely see you, got Juanita, I'll see you today, and I'll, see you guys next, Tuesday, is that right?
Yeah.
Next Tuesday, I believe.
Yep.
I hope, I'm double duty in a lot of stuff these days with school boards and, but I'll definitely be by her. Yeah, she'll be able to make it. I think I have Massac Memorial Hospital next Tuesday morning too. But I'll do my best, I'll do my best.
All right.
You guys got any questions or anything?
Nope.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
thank you very much, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay,
See
see
you
you.
later.
All right.
Dang.
Good one. Do you need to go?
That was just a copy of the final thing.
Doesn't have to go.
Hold on to it there for next week.
I'm all right.
Can I hand that down the line?
Sure.
Thank you.
Did I, does anybody here have that CIC contract we turned in?
Is
Okay.
that it right there?
No, that's,
Oh, no, that's a different one.
Tyler.
I don't-
They're wanting that back. They're wanting the signed copy back.
I don't know.
And then just gonna print out that last sheet and have you guys sign. That's all they want, is the last signature sheets.
Okay.
Other than that, I don't have any,
Nothing else exciting going on?
nothing else exciting. Good taxes.
Bet you've been busy, haven't you?
Man, not as busy as I would have thought we would have been for this, as far as the collection. It's been picking up a little
Another
every
week and a
day.
half.
Mhm.
Next week will be busy.
I don't know anything good. Good luck.
Short and sweet.
Yep, see ya.
Thank you, Dana.
You're welcome.
Don't take her long, does it?
Tell you how much money we got and.
You're
Come on
done
up.
with
Give us some good stuff.
far behind are we on your bills?
Doesn't look too bad.
September 27th is yours.
That's what I
You've-
said, about
you've
30
seen
days,
cover
not even
days, haven't
30
you?
days.
This is one page, not three.
Yeah. It has been 3, hasn't it? We can figure out how to stop feeding these guys 3 times a day, we can save a lot of money.
They put them on diet over there.
Some of them, yeah.
Still got a hotel full? I was about to give you maintenance issues yet, as far as cleaning up and everything, or you just try to keep them shuffled around, or? A lot of times when you get their cells empty, don't you, isn't that when you try to clean up, and
If we get them empty,
that's the thing, that's what I'm, I mean, they just,
they clean a couple times a week themselves, you know, they give them stuff to clean with, but it's rare to find an empty cell with it. If they ever find an empty cell, they go in and paint it
Yeah.
and do some maintenance with it, but it's hard to find.
there hasn't been an empty cell in 8 months, has there?
We did some electrical work over there a couple weeks ago, that one building received for Reed for $1,000. When the building was built 25 years ago, there probably wasn't 1 or 2 computers in the whole place, so when the generator kicks on, there was only like 3 or 4 hot plugs in the whole building. So we had to go in Sandy's office and run some more wiring for computers and the servers, in case the power did go off, to power them up.
What's that do to those computers when that generator kicks on?
It's
Does-
so
is it-
fast, that they don't know it.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's kinda scary.
And all of them had those backup UPSs on them.
So
So
everything should be cool.
Yeah. And this way we don't have to run extension cords all the way over through the whole building to keep stuff powered up.
That doesn't happen too often anyhow, does it?
No, the power's not like it used to.
I don't know if I seen that drug deal going down yesterday or not, but a recurring client out there at my farm across at Bowles, he was out there with some questionable, they look questionable, I guess. I don't know if if they were, a car stopped right there in the middle of the road, and he walked out and they exchanged some words, and I don't know if they exchanged packages or not, I just tried to mind my own
I
business.
just asked for directions.
Yeah, probably so. That's kind of, somebody just lost, huh? I try not to look over there, cause I don't want them to come visit me.
Yeah.
I made a point not to park my equipment over there anymore.
Good idea.
That's something else.
Said they getting them houses tore down out there for you.
Yeah.
Who's doing that?
Freeman Environmental out of, West Bank.
You talking about the one that burnt here a year or
That
two
one,
ago?
and then there's none on the backside.
I can't remember who that lady was that lived over there on Butler.
I don't know.
Was it a Bramer?
Yeah, I believe I did hear that. Right.
Yeah, they got a tour. All thing they haven't picked up yet's the foundation concrete that's still piled up there with all the houses.
He's going back to the first now, and he's, doing the landscaping, and I'm hauling a little dirt. I
Did
don't know why he didn't do it all when he was there, but he didn't. But he still has that one over on, what, Carter Drive or Crestview?
On Durham's house on the corner?
Yeah. He's got that one, and, none of the days, but he'll be that one, I think.
Wasn't there a couple down on Third Street down from the Catholic school?
Yeah, he's got all that done, yeah.
City bidding all this, or what?
Well, it's FEMA.
Oh,
The city was gonna pay it, but, when they come in with all of this asbestos and all, they backed out.
Well, those houses out by you didn't flood though, did they?
The one that Bramer did,
The other one was burnt down where they were,
Yeah.
they could
I guess it's all that, just, dust in the bottom, you know. That was,
Well, once they got that over, they probably just taped it shut or
yeah,
something.
I would have thought those houses would have had asbestos in them.
that was the worst one. The rest of them, they didn't have to do anything to take it. Oh, well, they had to abate them, you know, the ones that was.
I would've thought they'd been older than asbestos. Is that what you're thinking, or newer?
And then why would they have had asbestos? That would be them steam lines. in it.
Siding, probably.
No, I don't think they seen mine. I don't know. Yeah. I got in some floor tile down in Joplin, had asbestos on the bed.
I hope you wasn't breathing that dust while he's out there.
No.
That's all I got.
Oh, I got.
All right, guys, thank you.
Take care.
Oh, thank you, Ted. I forgot my list.
Forgot the list. You know what? I got something. The lady keeps calling me that lives on,
Country Club Road.
Country Club Road. To be blunt, I don't see anything the matter with any of it.
She wants
Am I
a
missing?
landscape.
It don't look, she tells me her ground's it's
Dry.
eroding away. It's
She
eroding
says
away,
the
but I
water's
don't
going
see it.
over her culverts.
I can believe it went over the culvert that one time when we had.
There was one,
inches
yeah.
Where everything was underwater.
Uh-huh.
Other than that, I can't hardly believe it. I've never seen it over there.
I never have either.
No, and that's what she wants. I mean, she wants that ditch landscape to the point where she can do a riding mower all the way down into it and come back up. And
I bet you there's utilities buried in her yard that would even prevent that from
Well,
being.
the thing about it, on the roadside, you'd have to add dirt.
Yeah, you'd have to move the ditch is what you'd have
Yeah,
to do.
side, basically.
Yeah, we last, year
Sand
before
or
last,
cloth?
we came out there and we ditched that whole thing for her to get the water to drain right, so there wasn't anything, and we ditched it really nice, all the way down through there, year before last.
It looks good to me. Other than she can't mow it with a mower, but she's got it round up.
I understand that, yeah.
Weed eater or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, Roundup does a lot more harm than good. I hope people.
Well, she told me she was Roundup and then
I mean, that
started
causes
talking about erosion. I said, well,
That's why.
we found your problem. You got no roots.
Yeah. I just want, I know she's called me, and she's called Gerald, now she's calling you.
I don't see
know what
anything
to
the matter
do
with it.
her unless, next time she calls them, just say, look, man, we can't do anything out there any more than what's been done. I mean, if you want to do something, then you hire somebody to do it.
Yeah.
You know,
She got aggravated. She said, who can I talk to, get something done?
And that's when
I said,
Yeah.
Jeff Weber. Now, I said, I don't know.
she told me, Gerald told me to call you.
But I said, I don't know his number. So. That's
Well,
all
she
I
got my
said.
number.
But she called me.
Oh, did you?
Well, she
Yeah,
bothered
she's-
me, but I looked at it. I mean, it just, to me, it don't look that bad.
Did she call you more than once?
Yes.
Oh, she's called me half a dozen times.
She just walked to your house from her house.
Huh?
She can walk to your house
Yeah.
from her house.
She's got a real nice place there, she wants, but she just wants it manicured.
You know what's a bunch of bull? Commissioner Weber ditch is where it can be mowed all the way to the road. I bet that's why.
Could be,
I bet they fixed it for him.
could be.
It could be that it was that way when I bought it.
yeah, there's a few lucky people that
Yeah.
have it
Yeah.
pretty good, you know, and there's
Some of
people
them
that
just got a
can't,
ditch.
you know.
Some places it just don't fit.
Well, some people want us to ditch it
No.
because it's not draining water right, and, when it's flat to where you can mow it, generally speaking, the water stands there, and then you can't get it with mower anyway, because you get stuck, because it'll be
Yeah.
mud,
Yeah.
it's,
Just one of them things.
one of them catch-22s that you can't, nothing's gonna
Yeah.
work right. And if you get too steep to where it drains and dries out, then it'll erode.
Yep.
That,
That's pretty flat country she's in.
yeah, that, she got a Blacktop Drive. It is cracking over there on the side, but I don't know if that water did that. Did you see that, Jeff?
I mean, her pipe is not, I mean, it's straight up and down there to her driveway,
Yeah, it
basically. I
is.
mean, to get that any better, you'd have to have some,
Yeah.
a slope, you'd have to
Get it out.
extend your pipe out and do a slope,
Yeah,
you know.
that's right.
We are fixing to close Country Club Road today and work on the bridge. I mean, I don't know if any of y'all had calls on the east end of the bridge there.
Got a hole there, and
I mean, it's just, the boards are.
Railroad bridge.
The boards are in such bad shape, they're flexing up and down, they're busting holes in the pavement there, so we gotta close it and try to replace them with boards. And that's what we're gonna try to do today, hopefully we can finish that. I've gotten several calls on it, I know it's bad, we're trying to do something.
when you close like that busy of a road, do you let anybody know? I wonder if we ought to tell the school, maybe they send out an email or something, or
I can call
to
them
their,
this afternoon, yeah.
to their school bus drivers or
We
something.
usually, see, we didn't close it this morning yet, I mean, we usually wait till the school traffic is done, and hopefully we can get it back open before the school traffic goes this afternoon.
Well, that's what I was getting at, I didn't know whether to take that long.
If not, we're gonna have to work overtime, and usually we don't wanna do that, but hopefully we can get it done in time.
Where'd you get your new boards at?
Well,
Are they treated?
that's a problem, I mean, the deck boards that are out there, I don't even think anybody in there can make anything like that anymore. They're-
Sawmill or?
Well, you can probably order something specially made,
Mhm.
but there won't be creosote coated.
No.
Right now, we're just gonna try to use treated pine,
Okay.
double up two by
Well,
12s.
surely before that goes bad, they'll be replacing it, I would think.
Yeah. I mean,
Is that two by, I mean, 3 by 6 or something?
the existing planks in there are 3.5 inches thick by 12 inches wide.
Really?
They're old, I guess they're old railroad wood, I mean, that's who built the structure is railroads, so. It's just, nobody even has anything like that anymore. We have some old bridge boards in our stock, but most of them are rotten to the point where they can't be used anymore. I mean, I wouldn't be afraid to use them on a really small
Yeah.
volume road somewhere, because they're not anywhere that thick, that's the problem. So what we're gonna do is just double up 2 by 12, so we're,
Yeah.
tack them down a little bit. Should be.
How many do you need?
Bridge boards?
Yeah.
Fix this one in, there's three rows that we're aiming to fix today, and it looks like it's starting to do it on the other side too. So I don't know how many, but they're 26 foot long.
That's the problem.
And that, I believe, I don't know, until we uncovered it, I'm thinking they're all one piece, but nobody could saw that anymore. Or they.
We done used all that timber out of the world, didn't we?
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll be working on it today, see how it goes.
Anything else?
There's not hardly any sawmills around anymore.
This is what I told you guys a couple weeks ago, I didn't have it on the agenda, because I just got this morning on my email. You guys can look over it for a week, and we might do something on the agenda next week if you think it's something. But this is basically our people, the legislative committee and the other, the TFIC committee and with County Engineer Association, has put this date out and is asking people, there's a resolution of support here at the end, it's 2 pages. They're asking the locals to look over it, and if you support what it says, to pass a support resolution and send it back to them, because down here at the bottom is who all they're gonna send all these to. Governor Rauner, President of the Illinois Senate, John Cullerton, Michael Madigan, so on and so forth. There's several people. Basically outlines the shortfalls that we have in our funding and how it's been created and what's happened. I haven't even read through it all. But in a nutshell, this pie chart kind of sums it up. Back in 1983, on the left-hand side, it says the traffic carried as far as VMT stands for vehicle miles traveled. was split at 61.3% for IDOT roads and 38.7% on local roads. And in 2014, it hasn't changed much at all. 60.4% IDOT, 39.6% local, so.
Actually, the locals was picked up some,
Picked up
they
a little.
lost some.
Yeah. Just
But the
maybe a
money
percent.
went the other direction.
But the money, you know, here, the column on the right shows your motor fuel tax and motor vehicle revenue for licenses returned to the system. Basically, in 1983, 69, I don't know how it gets to 107.8, that's just a shortfall in the study, I guess. 69.7% was coming back to IDOT, 38.1 to locals. And now 56% is going to IDOT, 21.5 is going to locals, and 22.5 is just going out into oblivion. Basically, what they're saying is that the state, on whatever level it is, upper levels, I guess, are filtering this money, and that's what some of this explanation says. That, you know, they've filtered some of this money to use in other parts of the state that has nothing to do with transportation. And this initiative is trying to get to where when they pass an Illinois funding bill, that they get back to where they're returning 40% of these fees to the locals, so that we can better handle keeping up with maintenance on our roads and constructing new roads and so on and so
So
forth.
some of this money comes from the MVR registration, correct?
Yes.
Motor vehicle registration, meaning your license plates, like you said. Well, I can tell you where some of that 22.5% goes. State parks and things like that. I remember a few years ago, the license plate went up and X% of it was going to the state park.
Well, you know, if you read these causes on this first couple pages, it tells you some of the things that has happened over the years. You know, I don't know before, the Illinois General Assembly has swept funds that were raised and dedicated for our roadways and used them for non-transportation funding. You know, 5, the same thing, and, you know, it's just something that's, locals been facing, you know, steady downfall, you know, since the early 80s, late 70s, and it just hasn't been rebounding at all. You know. And hopefully, you know, I mean,
Joe, is that number 4, is that legal? For them to do that?
well, they're the lawmakers, I guess they've made a law to make it legal. You know, I don't know the background behind the legalities behind this and all of that. This is just a report that some of the committees have done to report as to what's been happening. I'm assuming it's legal because they've been doing it, but I can't answer your question.
Well, it might kind of be riding the fence there.
Anywho, something to look at.
So, yeah, I mean, if we can put this on the agenda next time, if you guys can read over it, and if you support it, then we can pass it and send it on. It's not gonna amount to anything for us
May
right
not
now.
change
It's just-
nothing, but it's a voice.
Yeah, it's just a voice in the system, that we can put it up, and they'll get all these people that supports this initiative here, and maybe something can be done about it.
Did you read that number 5?
Yeah. Swift didn't use it for other things.
$1.3 billion.
5 or 6.
They stopped that from
Oh, yeah.
going to outside agencies. $1.3 billion would have helped us a bunch.
So, you know, this is kind of one of those things that, you know, when I'm giving you my gloom and doom speeches about how we are so shortfall in money and we
This
don't
is
have
why.
enough money. Yeah,
We're
this
part
kind
of the reason why.
explains a lot of the stuff behind it and what the Association of County Engineers is doing to try to remedy the situation. It's almost like we're victims of crime here.
Theft. It's theft.
And,
What it amounts to.
You know, and you just can't do anything about it.
It's
'cause
no different than the federal government using social security money to do something else with
Exactly.
it.
They're
It's paid
just-
into social security for social security.
They're diverting the, you know, it was the same thing that Illinois has done with the retirement funds. They've taken it out of there and used it for something else,
Yep.
and it shouldn't have been that way.
Nope.
I can't imagine that's legal either, but they did it.
Well, you know, when my mother taught school, borrowed all the retirement funds and couldn't pay them back. I guess they still owe it to them.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start borrowing some of Gerald's funds.
Yeah.
so,
If I need to pay it back, I'll borrow some from Juanita to pay with.
That's right.
you got it.
She'll float me along.
I'll give, Monty, I'll give you just a good copy that I have, I can print it out again. This is the resolution of support, that if we can put it on next week's agenda.
Yeah,
if
I've
we-
got a note here
Yeah.
to get it on there.
So, that's all I have for today.
What's broke down today? You gotta have one or two major
Oh,
things.
we still have some good things. Our grader is up at a place trying to get fixed right now. I told you about that last week. Still
Is
has-
it the cat? John Deere?
No, it's from John Deere.
Did you take it there?
I forgot that guy's name, the guy can buy it.
Webb?
Webb.
Out in the country?
Tim Webb, yeah. It's really Simpson or that
Yeah.
area.
What's wrong with it? I wasn't here.
The seals and the main bearings between the engine and transmission is out, so
Leaking oil.
oil, it's not leaking out, it's leaking from the engine into the transmission. They've got to pull that, do all the bearings, and replace all the seals and everything. It's like a,
Sound like crank, like main bearing.
yeah, it's like a,
That's pretty major.
yeah, $6,000-7,000 fix. Couple of trucks are still down.
Just another damn.
Just a thing.
Well, keep pushing. Everything will be all right.
Do you have a list of stuff, Gerald, or are you just pulling my leg?
No, I'm telling the truth, but I do remember one. And I don't even know this guy's name, he works down at Holt's. He said that there's put some gates up on county roads up there, Union. Well, you know anything about it? I don't know. Now, I know that one, there by Steve LaFont, it's, I almost put up the gate for this road, that, but I think he's long, I don't think anybody lived on that road.
That road used to circle back around to the Unionville Road, didn't it?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I don't,
It just goes, I've been back in there one time in my life. It just goes back in there and turns around and beat them.
yeah, yes.
I don't know,
I don't know of any.
I don't know any dates on it, but I've not been on it in a while, but
Well, I don't think it's, I mean, that road up, you couldn't get through there unless somebody cleared the trees. I mean, it's got 3 or 4 inch trees in it. Is that, do you remember that, are they still there? or?
that must not be the road
It
I'm
was
thinking of.
a year or so.
The road I'm thinking of is gravel all the way through.
Well, you know where John, Steve's, grain bins are and all?
I think so.
Well, it's across from John's place,
Like,
basically.
You turn,
And
What
it
is the
circles
road?
back to Unionville Road.
yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
thought it-
I don't think it goes through, but I'm not, maybe it does.
they couldn't, I mean, last time I was there, I had no way to get to it unless you had a dozer. But I can see that.
Well, if that's a county road, we need to get it off our roads, don't we? Isn't that the best answer? That's my opinion.
I'd say they'd close it. I mean,
Huh?
I'd say LaFont would gladly have it closed.
It needs, yeah,
If they own both sides of the road, that'd
Be
be
pretty-
a brainer.
yeah.
I don't know where this is at.
You know, you
I'll,
hear me?
I'll make sure I find out some more about it.
Yeah, if you hear me, then let me know. I'm not aware of anything, unless it's down at the bottom somewhere that I'm just.
Yeah, it's in the bottom somewhere, according to this guy. But I don't know where
I
it is.
just wonder if it's really a county road. Something odd in there. I mean, really, the only county road you got,
Yeah, you got a couple that shoot off towards, one shoot off towards Moon Lake,
you know,
one down
But
there.
it did
goes
end
towards
right.
Allard Lake,
uh-huh.
but they don't go too far. Well, the one to Moon Lake goes kind of far, but I would.
Less than a half mile, isn't it?
That one probably goes more than that, but I've been on that one recently and there's no gates on it.
I just remember what that other one was. Do you know where Linda Buttram lives?
I don't know, I don't even know.
At the,
Big bang.
yeah, Big Bang. And she says that road behind her trailer is a county road. Did that ever go further than where it's at now?
It did, I don't remember. It would've had to circle back around,
Come out there.
come out on Reedville Road,
Which road?
right below the tracks, headed north,
On the west side.
on the west side of the tracks,
Okay.
The road, there's about 3 or 4 houses in there.
yeah.
And she says that's a county road that needs a little bit of rock and some grading.
Okay.
Well,
Check it
it's
out.
not, but well, it's not but about,
200 yard long at
yeah,
most.
yeah. 2 tractors, I think, with this.
Okay. I think, I mean, I have seen a little section of county road on our map before that is right there, but I'll have to admit, I don't know that I've ever been on that road.
Is she the only one living on that road
No,
now?
you get the one that died that fixed her up there.
Do they,
They lived the last house.
that's the last house, but I didn't know that road went that far. Does it?
Well, no, I don't know if it does or not, Jeff. I don't know. I would think that they would,
See, they pull in off Reedville.
yeah. Mhm. Now, the others use the back,
Yeah.
and I don't know who lives in there.
The Toohey house has probably got somebody living there, right?
Who?
Toohey house, Paul Toohey, did you ever know him?
No,
Well, they're both passed away.
Linda lives there in the trailer on the corner, but
Yeah. No. Good luck.
See y'all.
okay.
I was gonna say, you're out of luck. I know. I said, man, you probably picked the wrong guy to go, but he said, no.
I've been
Yeah,
way too long to
Tell
choose
your
you for that
bodyguard not to
position.
wear a pink shirt.
I know.
You
I
gotta
know.
look
Don't
tough,
worry.
you're a
Yeah.
bodyguard.
I know it. I tell you, no, we've known each other since we were kids, and he said, I've been wanting to get down there and just go to county board meetings sometime. And I said, well, come on. And he saw me Sundays down at the encampment, and I said, he said, could we go Tuesday? I said, sure. So I called, make sure when y'all will be here.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Yeah, don't want to intrude.
He just wants to sit and listen, is what he want to do. right?
Well, we're just sitting around shooting the bull, it's time, so.
Are you about done, or?
We're about done.
Oh, my goodness, okay.
Okay, that's
So
fine.
now,
That's fine.
Sit down, relax, and tell us a story.
Tell us, well, which direction you want me to go? Are you?
you're kind of a celebrity, I see you on TV.
Oh my goodness, I don't know how to respond to that actually. You know, I actually don't watch it. I haven't watched 3, 6, or 12 since 1st of July.
Probably better off.
The first attack ad came out on the morning of July the 5th, and it was like somebody stuck a dagger in my heart, you know. So I just shut it down, and if I don't see it, I don't get upset over it,
Yeah,
you know. So that's been my
thick
stance.
skin.
Well, my wife gets mad because she says, where did they get those pictures? She said, he's a much better looking guy than that. They just drag out these old pictures, and I laughed. I said, don't tell him that. I mean, and I don't know whether to be jealous or what, you know?
Give him a big head.
Yeah.
Yeah, they take my head off and put it on the body of somebody else. That's what I hear. I heard it even had me with boxing gloves on. So. It's 3 weeks from today, it'll all be over with, and I'll be good one way or another. So,
That's good.
yeah. I known Rick a long time. Know your school superintendent, Dennis Smith. Of course, he came from Harrisburg over here. How's he doing? He's retiring this year, isn't he?
Yeah, this is last year.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
In fact, I got to talk to him today, too.
Yeah, I know he's had some health.
He has, yeah.
Some health issues. hasn't
Yeah.
he? So, of course, you know Joe Hossman quite well, basketball coach.
Yeah. Is she from up in there?
He actually coached at El Dorado. I was originally from El Dorado. I was born and raised in El Dorado, actually, and been in Harrisburg since the early '80s. So I got to know him when he coached. He came fresh out of college and coached at El Dorado, I believe. He was young. So then,
He's done a good job.
Dale knows the fun of local government. He's been on county board, and he's also,
Yeah.
now he's the mayor of Harrisburg, so.
yeah, I spent 4 years on the Sling County Board. So of course we're a county board form of government, 13 members, which is ludicrous. That needs to be changed badly. It was
And he said, how many all do you all have? And I said, we got the commission form, we got it right, it's 3 members. He said,
Yeah.
God, that's gotta be, that's a lot better.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's.
What makes it a horror story with having that many?
Well, you just don't have, of course, then you have all your, committees, and there's so many things that you don't even know about till you go to the meeting. They only meet once a month. So, if you're really not on a good committee, if you're not on budget, I was fortunate, I was on Road and Bridge, I was chairman of Road and Bridge, so that was kind of fun. But if you're not really on a good committee, you're kind of out of the loop, and especially just meeting once a month. You're just not, and it's tough to get decisions made sometimes. I think there needs to be more accountability. If you have a large, if you have a 13-member board, I don't think that accountability is like it really there like it needs to be. Like probably, with a smaller. It's just my opinion on a commission forum. I think you have more authority, more accountability, and get things done better. And I think it's more. I just think that's the way to go. Of course, this was created 100 years ago when I guess there was originally, correct me if I'm wrong, Rick, but there was 13 townships. So they elected one member from each township to be on the county board. Well, now that's not the case. Anyone can.
Yeah.
They don't do that now. So now, but it's always been held at 13. I just think it's not that it's a terrible thing, but I just think the commission's the way to go.
I've heard stories.
Yeah. Yes, and it's, being the mayor, I'm involved in, the county owns some property and things like that, and I've kind of had some new businesses that have wanted to come in and buy some of the county property. I've kind of had to prod the county board a little bit. Let's get this on the agenda, let's get this over with before they pull the trigger, or pull the plug, I should say, so. That's just my opinion, and a lot of people feel the same way. I don't know what the procedure would be I'm gonna stay out of that, but to go to commission forum, but accountability is important.
Well, that's why that's, as long as I can remember.
Should be a commission. Well, most decent sized towns are, like our counties, that's what it should be, and Saline's, what's the population of Massac? Total.
About 14.
Yeah, 13, 15.
Okay, I think Saline's around 20, isn't it? 20, 22?
Yeah, 22, something like that, yeah. One time it's near 30 almost, yeah.
Sure, yeah. At one time, I know when I think when I was in high school, I think Harrisburg had 11,000,
We did.
something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, we did.
11,000. El Dorado had 5.
Something
Those
like
two
that, yeah,
towns alone.
yeah.
Now Harrisburg has 9 and El Dorado has 4.
Yeah, we had 15, 600 maybe,
Uh-huh.
and we've lost some. Seemed like it's 14, 6 or 8.
Mhm. Yeah. Well. But anyway, I don't want to keep you. I just want to,
Good. Glad you stopped in.
thank you. I appreciate it.
Sure.
Thanks for having me.
Stop in anytime.
Yeah. I love,
Bring your food.
You don't have to.
No,
Well,
you don't.
but you don't have to. You don't have to leave him behind, but you don't have to break him. You don't have to have help with you. We're a pretty friendly bunch. Most of the time.
That's what I hear. That's what I hear. That's what I hear.
I told him he'd be welcome here. He'd
Yes,
find us a good group of guys to talk.
Well, it's
folks,
good. It's
ladies.
good to experience. Good to walk around, and meet others as well. It's good, be around. Had the opportunity. I've met a lot of great people. Been doing this several months now in the 13 counties, and it's been quite interesting. It's been long days and short nights, but
Yep.
it's people ask me how I'm holding up. It's actually been fun. I've made it fun, especially tuning out the television and radio. That's helped.
Rick, are you going to Happy Hearts?
Yeah, we were gonna walk down the street a little bit, and we were gonna go over and see Ted too for
Yeah.
a few minutes. He wanted to go have coffee, and he's gonna join us, and so yeah, we're gonna walk down there. They'd be open right now, won't they?
Yeah. Well, if you see Ted, probably about 11.
About 11, yeah, okay.
Should be going.
All right.
I said it'd be by then.
Yeah, it'd be a good place for you to stop in.
Yeah.
We saw Bryson out in the hall, and I forgot Bryson's in Kiwanis, and Dale came down and talked to Kiwanis a month or so ago. Of course, he he came and really talked to us more about his foundation, which works with kids, because that's the, Kiwanis, that's their focus, is on kids programs and stuff and all. But I didn't realize he met Bryson, and we saw him out here in the hall. He didn't realize that Bryson's grandpa was Hartzell Black, okay? And he'd known Hartzell forever, but,
Right.
you start,
It's a small world.
it is, it's a pretty
really is.
small world, you start getting out there and talking to
That's
some
right.
folks.
Yeah, yeah, I think Hearts a long time.
He met your county engineer, Joe was headed out, as we were headed in, so, yeah.
So how's things going with the county first, everything,
Oh,
the finances
so, I
like
guess.
everyone else?
Yeah, tight.
Yeah,
All of mine.
right,
Other
right,
than that, pretty good. The office holders helps us a lot,
sure,
you know.
sure, what it takes. How many employees are there then? Yeah,
Oh, what's that? 82,
82.
somewhere in that
They're
neighborhood.
ready to.
okay, well, that's pretty close to Saline. I think Saline has right around 100. Mid-90s around, they did, when I was on the board, there was 90 something, I believe, so it's pretty comparable. Pretty comparable. We passed, in fact, when I was on the board, we passed the public safety tax, 0.75% on, public safety tax referendum.
We tried that in Fayetteville.
That really, it saved us. It saved us because it's bringing in about 100,000 a month.
Really?
Yeah, it absolutely saved
Well,
us.
that'd be great.
It saved us. But now, it's almost back to where it was. I was afraid that might happen, but, they're down there really struggling, again. But, I mean, holding their own.
That, southeastern school, is it the old one there, and, they tear it down, or?
At the high school, where originally was, because originally they were,
The college, the college up there in Harrisburg.
Uh-huh,
I know they built a new one out there on, what, 13?
uh-huh.
But it used to be there in Harrisburg,
Yeah, it was at the high school. The high school and SIC were actually in the same complex.
Oh, really?
When it first
Yeah, I
came
went
to
to school up
town.
there just for a little while.
Uh-huh,
I couldn't handle it.
yeah. Of course, then they built a new school out on the hill. And of course, the high school's going through a renovation, partial renovation, partial rebuild of the 4 buildings. They demolished one building totally. It was just structurally unsound.
Yeah.
C building, actually, where the old Bonnell gym was. And then they're renovating the other 3, so it's about an $18 million project, so that's nice, it's turning out really nice. I probably would have liked to have seen a new school, but it's okay,
Rick Lane, Rick Lane, I guess.
Absolutely,
Good friend of mine.
yes, absolutely, good friend of mine as
Do a lot
well.
of business with him.
Oh, boy, yeah, Rick's, he's running for county board.
Really?
Uh-huh,
Was he a member now? I mean,
no,
he's not, okay.
no.
He got bored.
Good board, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he was actually caucused in, when one of the members, one of the people decided they weren't gonna run, so he was actually caucused in to fill the seat, so.
One of the ones about Wilson's, is he still up there?
Robert?
Yeah,
Oh, yes, oh, yes,
good man.
yeah. I tell you what, that guy must work 100 hours a week, I swear.
Really?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I've met him, I don't know him real well, but I have met him.
Yeah.
Well, I think him and Rick's in that landfill together, I believe.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, yeah. And I think they're both partners in Bulldog, I believe.
Yeah.
No, yeah, yeah.
Probably are.
Right. Yeah, they're doing well. Yeah, Robert works hard.
Yeah.
Rick's a good guy. He had a lot of health issues too. He came back strong. He
He did.
was on the deathbed there at one time.
Oh,
Really
right.
was.
Yeah.
It's been a blessing. Done well.
Well,
Yeah, I don't wanna keep
you
you,
can stick around, but I know
that's
you got some things to do.
yeah, that's
Go
okay.
shake-
Yeah.
Shake hands and kiss babies. Good.
That's right, no, thank you. Thank you for your time.
Yep, good luck.
Good to see you.
Anytime.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Yes.
See you, Rick.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Take care.
Take care.
See y'all,
Have a
thank you,
great
take
day.
care. Bye.
Look forward to seeing you again.
We only got one snow removal bid for the Van Bank building.
Just one bid.
Just one. Come from Quint Utilities in the amount of $125. Prices for 4-inch and less snowfall. business liability insurance can and will be provided
$125.
to clear that parking lot.
How much is it?
Sounds pretty cheap to me.
We could hardly do it for that ourselves. We don't generally get on 4 inches, do we?
It takes, that's like a shut down the world down here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna step out and get this phone call, cause this might
You
be.
would keep that one, Ethan?
Look at the touch point.
Who is, that one called you?
Totally, yeah.
Then what did, State Attorney's side, did they have the?
She didn't have one either, but I got this copy that we looked over. She was gonna ask Patrick about it.
Do we have a motion for the snow removal bid?
Would you like to make that motion? I mean, I think it's cheap enough.
I'll
Sounds
make a
good to me.
motion.
Second, all in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed?
My opinion of a bid is this. You got 2 or 3 people bidding on something, and you get it, you done it too cheap. My opinion.